All right, we're a couple weeks in the season. We're starting to get a feel for how this year is going to play out. And if you have one of the guys that's off to a great start, you'll be really happy. These guys, of course, top NHL scoring leader, Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner, Anze Kopitar. If you got one of these guys, you are smiling and loving your spot in your league. But not every great player has gotten off to a good start. So our first category this week will be don't panic, meaning if you got this guy on your roster, be patient, keep him in the starting lineup because things will turn around. ELIAS PETTERSSON of the Vancouver Canucks. Yes, I know he only has 1 goal and 1 assist so far through 7 games, and he's not looked great doing it, but Vancouver has 4 games this week, including 3 against Ottawa. The power play looked great in their last game against Montreal, and Pettersson scored his first goal of the season. I think better days are ahead. He's playing a little bit more confidence, and I think it's a great week for him to get back on track, so make sure to not panic. Keep him on your roster. Next up, drop him. This is a guy who maybe he's not going to produce the way you thought he would. I'm going to say KAPANEN of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was traded to Pittsburgh, and a lot of people thought he would become Sidney Crosby's right winger for the bulk of the year. And already, just a few games into his tenure with the Penguins, he's lost that spot. Only about a third of his ice time this year has been with Malkin or Crosby. I don't think he's going to get a consistent run in that top 6 all year long. So if you drafted him, the idea that he's going to be a top 6 Sidney Crosby winger, you might want to drop him. He's going to go back to being an effective third-line player, but not have top 6 production. So if you're going to drop a guy like Kapanen, maybe keep an eye out for someone you can pick up. And that might be PIUS SUTER. Excuse me? Who's that? Yes, PIUS SUTER, the #1 centerman of the Chicago Blackhawks. Yes, I know he had a hat trick on the weekend, but I think this has a little bit more staying power than that. #1 reason? He gets to play with Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane has made a lot of centermen a lot of money by making them look good, picking up extra points and goals because Kane is so gifted. And somebody has to score for Chicago. SUTER could be that guy. He did have 30 last year in the Swiss League. Not an easy league to score in, so he can score consistently. Maybe you want to pick up PIUS SUTER. Final category, stardom. A guy who might be on your roster, but he might not be playing every single night. I know the good story in Detroit right now is Bobby Ryan with his great start, but his shooting percentage is through the roof. I don't think it's sustainable. But look at Tyler Bertuzzi. He might be. He's playing over 20 minutes a night, every situation, with Dylan Larkin. And Detroit has 4 games this week, so I think Tyler Bertuzzi, who's been a frontline player for the last couple of years of his NHL career, has a chance to have a big week. Those are my suggestions for this week. Last week I had Josh Morrissey and Nick Suzuki as guys to put in your lineup. That worked out pretty well. Hopefully this week does the same, so keep it right here for your fantasy needs all year long.